Hey UFS community, this is Phil Birch coming to you from the Salt Labs. Just going to give you a really probably brief 20-30 minute video about Gen Con and all the cool stuff that happened during it, as well as probably some shout outs to the cool people that I met around the time. Alright, so first of all, just to preface it, we got down there early. Usually we'd get there on like the day of Legacy. We decided we were going to get there early this year. Just kind of to unwind and stuff. Nobody really wants to play an event after they woke up at 6 in the morning to drive. It's a good way to just burn yourself out really quickly, especially since Legacy is one of those formats that is just too much. All right, so we get there on Wednesday. I realized I forgot my badge. That was a thing. It was a terrible thing that got me out $80 before we even done anything. Um, Basically, my advice would be, don't order it online. Don't do will call. Just walk up and get one. Lines are short, and by the time you pay for shipping and everything, you've already spent about the same amount anyways, so it's not even worth wasting your time. I learned that the hard way, unfortunately, but it was whatever. About probably around the same time as getting my badge, we met up with a lot of the players that I love in this game. Piglet threw me about 3 feet into the air. That was kind of cool. I weigh like no pounds, and he's like a lifter, so that was interesting. Met with all the Atlanta guys basically. Met up with some of the Rochester guys a little bit later, and just had a really good time. That night we went out to Scotty's. It was a cool time. Hung out with a lot of people. Met with some cool people. Went back to a hotel and played some Tekken. But then came the actual tournament. I don't play in Legacy. I think Legacy is terrible. Legacy is probably the worst format in my opinion. But that's only because of like all the broken stuff, like Tycho getting to draw basically his whole deck off of Sacrifice for the Cause, like good stuff like that. All the solid interactions that aren't tested that just break Legacy and make it very, very not fun. I feel like the top deck's always very well defined, unless it just gets herp derped by some aggro, like Dave Wagner did 2 years ago, or last year. Yeah. So a lot of the Michigan guys play in Legacy. Me and Joe Horth do not. Joe Horth, another member of Team Salty. We decided that we were just going to hang out and sleep a little bit longer, go to the con, and have some fun. I also got my character card that day. If you haven't seen it, here it is. It's really super cool to have it. I'm pretty good, apparently. The UFS Illuminati thinks I'm like the brokest or some shit like that. I could see me being good. I don't think I'm the most broken character. I have some pretty NPE like interactions, but other than that, I don't think it's that great. Yeah. I also am pretty salty that I messed it up. I didn't put Earth on my character card. I should have put Earth on my character card. I love Earth, and I just dropped the ball. Yeah, I put all on my character. I hate all. And honestly, just to go off on a tangent, I hate all because all gets everything. Every single good card in this game right now basically has all on it. All got like Hopigan Training, all got Winners Never Quit, all's got When the Moon Comes Over the Mountain. All's got every speed reset, it's got perfect accuracy, it's got Kokyoken, Whatchamajigger, Kyokogen Disciple, Hauryoken, Looking for Thrills, Living with Determination. It got everything. It gets more champ cards. It's just kind of ridiculous. It kind of overshadows every other symbol. Except for maybe Good, I guess. Good has a lot of everything as well, which I also have. But hindsight's 2020. I should have shared a symbol with Ka Technique, because I can't win without decks that have Ka Technique on, apparently. Ask Piglet, he will tell you that and confirm it. And then I will look like even more of a joke. Oh yeah, back to the games. Legacy went off pretty well. One of our new guys, Marcus, he's been around for a long time, but he doesn't really play major competitively. He topped in Legacy with a Zhenghua deck. It's really cool. Jeremy topped, I think. Did Jeremy top? I don't know if Jeremy topped. Matt McDaniel topped, though, with an Adon deck. Overall, just a lot of tops in Michigan over the weekend. It's going to be a recurring theme. And it usually should be a recurring theme since we're basically the best play group, hands down, shots fired, etc. Friday rolls around. I play my list for Phil Birch. It was awful. Jeremy Ray played me as well with a much more defined list, a much more refined list, and a much more tested list. I went into teams thinking I was going to play Mike Lowe's character card and represent for him because he couldn't be there. Decided last second that I really wanted to try and win, and I thought my character gave us a better chance. I didn't know my matchups. We paired terribly. I didn't win a single game. Not match. I didn't win a single game in teams. Got 2-0'd or 1-0'd by everybody I played against, and our team got basically stomped, and it was a very unfortunate thing. We finished 1-2-1, I think, and that's just not good enough to get you into a top 8 out of 16 teams. And that means you were in the bottom half of the field and aren't living up to your potential, especially if you're a former champion. But anyways, like I said, Jeremy was playing my character as well. His list was much better than mine, and they took it all the way to the finals, and they won. That is Jeremy Ray's 5th asset, 2nd this year. Is this 5th? Yeah, this is 5th. Okay. 2 in 1 year. Super mad props to him. Matt McDaniel's 3rd asset. Andrew Alexa's 4th asset. Just tons and tons of cardboard for both of those dudes. And it's super awesome, and I'm very proud of them and everything they do to make this game the best it is. Anyways, we kind of go out that night. Not for too long. I didn't feel very good about my list. I didn't feel very good about the day. I was really salty. Basically, when you don't perform, you should be salty. And that's how it turned out. I let my team down. If I'd win just one game, we get into top cuts, and then we have a chance to play off. Because in top cuts, anything can happen. But like Joe played like a fucking animal. He didn't lose a single game in teams. Stefan lost 1 game in teams. Like it. Or I'm sorry, Joe lost 1 game and Stefan both lost 1 game. But like if I win one of the games where they lose, like we're just in top cuts and potentially playing for cardboard. So I'm still kind of honestly upset about that, just because I let them down. I'm on cards, they're not, and I know it's been something they wanted to do for a good part of their lives too, I'm sure. Because getting on a card like is honestly the coolest thing. And I wish everybody could just experience it. And I know it's a select few people, but like it's really surreal. So anyways, that night I go. We get back kind of late. I get a chance to look at cards and change my list, but I don't really get to test it. I like the changes I made. I laid it out. The whole team and Mark Wisniewski, who we roomed with, helped me. I played 1 test game, and I just was so beat and had to wake up for standard that I just crashed. I wish I would have gotten a little bit more time to practice with the list. I feel like I would perform better, but I just didn't really. Standard the next morning. I start the game. I start off playing against Stefan, who was on my team, which is so lame. I beat him with pretty standard BSK loops, choke throw loops, Curse of Corruption, and finished it off 2-0. He sided into Ben Shoemaker, but my character has a really good matchup against Ben Shoemaker off of the evil symbol at least. And if Ben isn't fronting extra discard on top of his effect, it's not really going to help him. Round 2, I play against another dude from Michigan. I play against Marcus, which is so stupid. Like, I don't know if you've ever traveled out of state to just play your entire teams your entire games against people you know. It's honestly just straight garbage. He He was playing Iori. Again, I beat him 2-0. He made a costly mistake one of the games where it easily could have flipped around. He left me at 1, and then I just kind of finished him off. And then my day just goes downhill. Like, I'm feeling really good about my list. I'm feeling really good about my matchups, except for I had to play friends, and I'm feeling good about my chances. Then I have to play round 3 against Scott Sunman, playing an Astra deck. We don't test a lot against Astra Team in Michigan. It's just, I guess nobody wants to run her. Nobody tries to run her. And it's not like we're like, we think she's bad or anything. It's just more like nobody likes to play her. I guess it's no one's really style. So I went under that matchup pretty blind. I went to a lot of matchups this weekend blind, and it was kind of stupid. So basically, you had to win 4 to get into top cuts, probably. 2 losses, you're out. I think 1, 4, and 2 made it. Top 8s with 60 people is kind of brutal, but it's very realistic. That's how it should be. I would have liked to see a top 16 just because I think it's more fun. But I understand from time constraints and from like a perspective of the outside, you wanna definitely make sure your game looks more legitimate than letting everybody in. So round 3 I play against Scott. He kind of just beat me up. I couldn't do anything about it. His attacks were either too fast or he'd commit me out with Sacrifice for the Cause, which in my opinion, needs something to be done about it. It seems it's too reusable, and if you have like any type of drawing cards, it just basically says commit your opponent's entire board, they lose the game. And that might be just a little bit of salt because I got smashed by him, but like I was seeing that all weekend. Discard cards, commit your opponent's entire board, win the game. That's not very fair. It happened to me in teams against Shane. It happened to me in singles against Scott. I watched it happen in Legacy to about 1 million people. It was just dumb. It's just a very dumb thing. And then you have like Astra's huge damage pumps, and I don't have any damage resets. I have like zone change and speed resets, but if he turns off all my zone change, then I just lose, and I made a play mistake, and it cost me the game. It sucked, honestly. Anyway, I guess moving on. Round 4, I play against Ayari. He's a really cool dude from the West Coast. Rockstar on the forums. He was running a really crazy aggro good Leona deck. I still think Leona's pretty ass. Not that she has a pretty ass, that she herself is ass. The character is ass. All he did was like he passed so many cards on a 10 on his last turn that it was honestly rage-inducing, I guess. But like, it basically finished in a best of 1. Same with the Scott game. We finished 1 long game. I lost the long game, unfortunately. And then, like, time was called, and I didn't have enough time to kill people because my wonky combo deck doesn't kill things. It doesn't kill things in a short game. Man, I'm gonna go out and just say it. Surprise, here's a napkin is not an asset, so don't count it in your asset spots, count it in your actions. That thing gives +4 to 1 check if it's in your staging area already. And it lets you pass 10s really easy, apparently, because I got killed off the Righteousness on a 10. And then a Righteousness on an 11. It was pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Pretty frustrating, pretty sweet. But kudos to that guy. His deck was really well designed for what it was supposed to do. He checked like a boss. And you can't be mad at people checking like a boss. That's just something that happens. I mean, you can be mad at yourself checking like crap, but you can't really be mad at your opponent for checking like 5s, straight 5s. Sometimes luck just falls that way. Round 5, I believe his name was Danny. He was West Coast dude, I think. He was playing Promo Mature. No, what the hell was he playing? I don't remember. Sorry, dude. I don't remember what you were playing. But I ended up beating him 2-0. Just my deck decided I wanted to run that match. Most of the time, when your deck is doing what it's supposed to be doing, and it's keeping your opponent on a little bit of a locked down game, you're obviously going to be at least in a very good position to win, and that's kind of what my deck was trying to do all weekend. It just didn't live up to what I wanted it to do. I played a few bad cards. My list was inconsistent, and it happens. It happens. You just got to test. You got to believe in your deck and test the stuff you think is good, and not try gimmicky like one-ofs and stuff. Sometimes I try to get a little bit too techy. It cost me a card slot, and it was a card that was never useful the entire weekend. Yes, I beat him. Going into the final round, I'm 3-2. I know I don't really have a shot. It'd be so outside, but like, it was whatever. I went into the last round and played against Christine O'Brien. She played the promo. She played the promo mature deck. I misplayed like 1,000 times. I just kind of was on tilt from the weekend, I guess. She beat me fair and square. It was 2-1. I beat her the first game. She came back and beat me the second and third game. Found out a little bit too late about a ruling that I should have asked about right away. I just didn't think about it. And sometimes when you're just having a bad weekend, you just forget about stuff. So overall, my weekend's crap. I ended up 3-3. I at least won games in standard, but man, it didn't feel great. I was close in every one of them, but I couldn't close out some of them, and that just felt kind of shitty. Joe once again did really well. He went 3-2-1. He was he had to win his last round. He lost 2-1 to Kevin Broberg. If he does that, he gets in the top cuts, and I think he has a shot to at least make top 4. His deck was so good all weekend, so consistent, and honestly, I'm really proud of the team as a group, and him in particular for figuring out what he thought was wrong with this list, and we just kind of snowballed around that and made this list we made his Terry list really good. Like it obviously won't show up. People won't be like, oh, he made tops or whatever, but like honestly, he's like 1 or 2 bad checks, bad breaks away from just top cutting, potentially getting a top 4, maybe even playing in the finals. Because like I legitimately think his list was that good. I don't think he would have any problem with the John Herr deck in finals if he ended up on that side of the bracket. And I don't hate his long game against Skullman. Would it be tough, either of those matchups? Yeah, those dudes were great players. Jeremy and Shane are obviously quite top tier since they made the finals. But like, yeah, that's kind of how that went. Jeremy makes top cuts from Michigan. The rest of us kind of scrub. We hang out the rest of the day. Draft some ROT, do some tradings, hang with UFS House, all the good stuff. Waiting just for Jeremy to finish his finals game on Sunday. Which he finally did. He finally won. Congratulations to him. Really cool dude. Nicest guy. He's helped me grow so much as a player that like it's honestly a tragedy that I even got a card before him. I didn't deserve it before him. He is a lot better. He has always been better, and I just ran into a stroke of luck at the right time and got one before him. But I look forward to seeing his card. I look forward to testing against it. I look forward to the upcoming metas. I really am stoked for Nats. I get to finally team up with a lot of cool dudes that I've never gotten to team up with. I'm going to be with AJ and Piglet, the Hurricane and ATL Piglet on the forums. Really cool guys. 2 of my best friends in the entire world. 2 dudes that helped me get better as a person just by talking to them. And like, it's going to be honestly super sweet. I look forward to trying to build my deck off of new stuff. Get a little bit more time to testing because I've got like infinite months before Nats, it feels like now. And maybe try my guy off a different symbol. I like evil. I love some of the tricks I have, but that deck was not my favorite deck I've ever played. That's for sure. And in like another exciting note, we did get to see some of the Mega Man stuff. It wasn't obviously for sale to the public, but they did do raffles. And we got to see a really cool like preview of what's in the sets. We got to see the decks and like really cool stuff they're coming out with here. Very simplistic. A few new mechanical changes to make it like an easier to follow game. Costs are getting updated to be more modern and more user friendly. To give you an example, I believe one of the cards just says flip as the cost, and that's the whole turn this foundation face down. It counts as a foundation of the blank text box, all in one word. One word. Do you know how much simpler that is for people to understand? Flip. That's crazy. Destroy, discard, remove. Like, those costs are honestly like game changing and game defining, because they're gonna make it a little bit of an easier to follow game. The Mega Man and Proto Man decks are very simplistic in their costs and their effects. They're very straightforward, and they're very playable on for a new player basis. I won't say that they're as competitive as like Tide starter decks, where you could kind of crack open one of them and just kind of compete. But they do get the job done to teach, and I think that's honestly one of the main functions of a starter deck. So that's good. The Robot Masters, there are like 3 of them per 10. All look super cool. Super cool effects, and they kind of fit their like own themes. It's really awesome. Comes with a couple packs. Packs have obviously set cards in them. Haven't seen anything really super broken or anything from them, but like a few cool things lurking around. And like, it's gonna be really good for the game, because I know I have a few friends that want to play like when Mega Man comes out. They're gonna try and get behind it. They're gonna see what the game's all about, because they get to play as like one of their favorite video game characters, which is honestly cool, even if it's not like fighting games, blah blah blah, it's the universal fighting system, why do we have Mega Man? Like, we have Mega Man because like it's popular, and like anything that can get people into the game is super cool. It doesn't matter what it is. Shit, we could get My Little Pony, we could get freaking anything like that. I'll take Sailor Moon if it gets people into the game and it's cost effective. Let's do it up. I'll play Sailor Moon. I think that's really it for like just general coverage. Maybe a few like things I thought were kind of sketchy. I think napkins is surprise. Here's a napkin is going to be like one of those really weird meta defining cards for some symbols, where they just it just allows them to be way more aggro and gives them a really good kill potential that maybe normally they wouldn't have. Like, I saw it firsthand, guy, when I already fast in 10s and 11s with like ease. That card can be pretty nuts. Stack Your Checks Skullman is kind of broken. It doesn't even like need a staging area, which it's so annoying. I played against one in rounds. I watched Jeremy play against Ryan Field. It's like, hey, let's just build, or let's build like one turn and then just go ham, because I don't have to worry about my checks. That's kind of silly willy. I think they need to fix that pretty ASAP. BSK needs to be fixed, because just the goal of a lot of decks was BSK loops. That's always kind of dumb. Cobra Twist is OP. It causes more game losses than I would care to think about, because of just like the nature of the tournament floor guide. Hopefully that gets all ironed out, because I don't think drawing an extra card off of Cobra Twist is the be all end all. I don't think it should result in like a game loss. And I think Cobra Training and All Wall is just too strong right now. All just builds up to one big kill attack, not even like a kill turn. Like, commit yourself a Pommel Smash, kill you with this one Kaplow. Are you dead? Okay, I guess I win. Kind of thing, and that's kind of dumb. It's another reason I hate All, and I wish I had like Earth or something. Piglet's on some sweet tech. I can't talk about it. It's his tech, but like I like his Earth choices in a lot of instances. And I think Earth's gonna make a major coming in like the future, a couple of the next majors, just because of like what some of the support it got. Yada 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 yada. I guess shoutouts. Shoutouts are always good, right? Shoutouts to Jeremy and Team Michigan for winning Cardboard, and also Kevin Broberg for winning Legacy. Excuse me. But like, good dudes, all of them, Kevin Broberg included. All deserve some more card action. Gives Rochester a second piece of cardboard. Try and catch them up in the race. That's not even close right now. I'd love to see some West Coast cardboard though. I'm really pumped for Nats. I think we get some more West Coast cardboard for AJ. I want to see his character card when he finally gets one. Shoutouts to him, obviously. AJ is one of my best friends in the entire world. The rest of the West Coast, Ari, Marcus, Sam, I saw you for a second. I know you didn't play, but you were there. A couple of the other dudes from the West Coast, Scott. Scott. Good job in Legacy. A couple of the dudes I didn't really get time to talk to or meet personally. Everybody knew the dude from Chicago that had the balls to come up and just talk to me just because I said he could. He got a couple character cards. Anybody who picked up the game during Gen Con, I hope you're watching this and you're having a good time. And I'm not talking too much for you. Atlanta, Piglet Keenan, Ben's back. That's super awesome. We got the Boodles. Everybody loves the Boodles. Thomas Raw. Charlie, he doesn't play, I don't think. Ben Lambright, Dave Wagner didn't play, but they were still around, which is always awesome. We need Matt and Drew Maffei to come back. You can't just be like, I'm not here. Alex Marco is a scum and a joke for not coming because he thinks his car is more important than Gen Con. I don't know who he thinks he is, but he's wrong. All of Rochester, there was a lot of you this year. A lot of new faces. Poughkeepsie area, Tim Keefe, all good people. Danny Fung to Gen Con 2013. Honestly, good success, great success story, and then he just scrubbed the entire weekend. And I think he was drunk about 99% of it. Shout outs to Team Salty and our honorary salt, Mark Wisniewski. Honestly, he's probably just a part of this team anyway at this point. We all did a really good job. I'm super proud of you guys. I'm sorry I let you all down. It won't happen again. Shout out to Jasco Games. Always good seeing you. Thank you for keeping the game alive. And honestly, good job. I know you get some credit or some bad rep for not getting stuff out on time, but like hopefully that's fixed now and everything works out. Shout out to New Jersey for always keeping it cool, coming out even though JP couldn't make it this year. Want to see you all you guys I've mentioned at the Michigan Pro Tour the end of September. Especially any new players that are looking to just try and have some. It's more like a casual, laid back regional. We have a lot of fun. We go out to eat the Friday before, go out and do some whirly ball, which is like the greatest thing on the planet. It's a good time, so you all should look forward to it. Then I don't think I'm missing anybody that was there. I'm kind of Garrett Brett. Shout outs to Garrett Brett for being Garrett Brett and like being a boss at UFS or whatever. And the judges. I almost forgot my boyfriend Brett Hillman. He's a beautiful man. Tag has an awesome accent. Sean O'Brien did a great job keeping stuff on time. Yeah, all the good stuff. All the good stuff, guys. Anyways, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Just keep in contact, guys. I'd love to talk to you all on Facebook. I'd love to talk to you on the forums. I'd love to talk to you just anytime, man. You guys are all my family. I love you all. And it's good talking to you guys. It's good doing videos for you guys. I don't make them all the time, but man, when I do make them, I have a good time making them. And that's it. Hit subscribe on YouTube. Follow Total Justice Gaming on Facebook. Watch our video content from the three of us, me, Piglet, and Joe Tonello. Hopefully we get some more people in there doing some content too. And that's it. This is Phil Birch signing out of the Salt Labs. And y'all keep it classy.